Hebrews chapter 10. Skian ga rekon honomoston melonton agaton. For the law, having a shadow of the coming good things, ukalten nekonaton pragmaton, not themselves the form of the things, kateniauton tais autais tusiais, has prosperusin esto dionekes, udepote dynatai tus prosercomenus teleosai. Every year by the same sacrifices which they are offering into the continuous, is never being able to perfect the worshippers. Epe ukane pausanto prosperomenai. Since would they not have ceased being offered? Diatomerdemian eken etis unedersin hamaration. Through the not having any more a conscience of sins, a consciousness of sins. Τους λατρεούντας hapax και κατσαρισμένους, the ones serving once for all having been cleansed. Alenautais, but in them, anamnesis hamartion kateniauton, is a remembrance of sins according to year by year. Adunaton gar haimatauron kai dragon apairen hamartias. For impossible it is for the blood of bulls and goats to be taking away sins. Dio eser komenos eston kosmon lege. For what reason? Coming into the world, he is saying, Tusian kai prosporan ukertelesas. Sacrifice and offering thou desired not. Somade gatertisomoi. But a body thou hast prepared for me. Holokautomata kai perihamartia su keudokesas. Whole burnt offerings and ones concerning sin thou hast not delighted in. Tote epon, then he said, Idu, behold, herko enke paliti bibliu gegraptai periemu. Tu poiesai hoteos totele masu. I am coming. In the scroll of a book it hath been written concerning me, for to do thy will, O God. Anoteron legon hoti tusias kai prosporas kai holokautomata kai perihamartias ukertelesas ude eudokesas haitines kata nomon prosperontai. Above saying that sacrifices and offerings and whole burnt offerings and concerning sin thou hast not willed, neither hast thou been pleased, which things according to law are being offered. Tote erken, then he hath said, Idu erko tu poiesai totele masu. Behold, I have come for to do thy will. Anaire to proton hinato deuteron stursei. He is taking away the first, so that the second he might establish. En hoi telemati hergias menoi esmen, in which will we are being ones having become sanctified. Diates prosporas tu somatos Iesu Christu epapax, through the offering of the body of Yeshua anointed once for all. Kai pas men hiereus hesterken katemeran leturgon. Kai ta sautas polakis prosperon tusias haitines udepote tynantai perielen hamaratias. And every priest indeed hath stood day by day ministering, and the same repeatedly offering sacrifices which never are being able to take away sins. Huutoste mian hyperhamartion prosenenkas tysian esto dionekes ekatisen endexiai tu teu. But this one sacrifice having offered on behalf of sins into the perpetuity, he sat down at the right hand of the God. Toloipon ek dekomenos heos detosin hoek troiautu hypopodion ton podon autu. The rest of time awaiting until his enemies should be placed as a footstool of his feet. Miai gar prosporai teteleoken esto dianekes tus hagiadzomenus, for by one offering he hath perfected into the continuum the ones being sanctified. Marture de hermin kai to pneuma to hagion metagar to erekenai. But also the Holy Spirit is bearing witness to us. For after the having said, Haute her diaterke, hern diater somai prosautus, metatas hermeras ekenas, lege curios. This is the covenant which I shall covenant with them after those days. Lord Yahweh is saying, Didus nomus mu epicardia sauton, giving my law upon their hearts, kai epitern dianoian auton, and upon their mind. Epigrapso autus, I shall write them. Kaiton hamartion auton, kaiton anomion auton, umemnester somai eti. And of their sins and of their lawless acts I shall remember no more. I shall not remember any more. Hopu de apesis tuton. But where is a remission of these things? Uketi prospora peri hamaratias. No longer there is an offering concerning sin. Ekontesun adelpoi parasian Estern esodon ton hagion entoi haimati Yeshu. Therefore, brothers, having boldness into the entering of the holy places by means of the blood of Yeshua. Hern enekainisen hermin hodon prospaton kai zosan dia tu katapetasmatos tu testin te sarkosautu. By which way he dedicated for us a freshly slaughtered and living way, through the veil, that is, his flesh. Kai hierea megan epitonoikon tu tseu, and having a great priest over the house of the God. Proserco meta alertinus gardias en pleuroporiae pisteos. We should be drawing near with truthful heart, in full assurance of firm faithfulness. Rerantis menoi tas cardias aposynedeseos poneras, having been sprinkled the hearts from an evil conscience. Gaelelus menoi tosoma hydati kataro, and the body by clean water having been washed. Gatekomen den homologian de selpidos akline. We should be holding fast the confession of the hope firmly. Pistos gar ho epangelamenos, for the one having promised is faithful. Kai katanoomen allelus, and we should be considering one another. Es paroxysmon agapes kai kalon ergon, into a provocation of mindful love and good works. Me enkatalepontes ten episynagogen heauton katos etos disin, not forsaking the assembling together of ourselves, just as the custom of some. Alla parakaluntes kai tosuutoi malon hosoi plepete engidzusan tön hömeran, but encouraging, and so much more, as much as ye are seeing the day drawing near. Hekusios gar hamartanonton hermon metatop laben tön epignosin tös alerteas uketi peri hamartion apolepetai tusia. For of us willfully sinning after the reception of the knowledge of the truth, no longer concerning sins, is a sacrifice remaining. Pobera detis ectoker chryseos kai pyros zelos estien melontos tus hypenantius, but a certain terrifying expectation of judgment and a fury of fire being about to be eating up the adversaries. Atetesastis nomon Moiseos choris oiktirmon epidysin drisin martysin apotnöske. Anyone having set aside the law of Moshe without mercies upon 2 or 3 witnesses, he is dying. Posoi dokete keronos axiotesetai timorias. Hoton huion tu teu katapatesas. Kai to haimates diaterges goinon hergesamenos en hoi hergiaster. Kai to pneumates caritos en nubrisas. By how much more are ye thinking? Worse will he be deserving of punishment, the one having trampled the Son of the God, and having regarded the blood of the covenant as common, by which he was sanctified, and having insulted the Spirit of the grace. Oidamen garton eponta, emoi ektikesis, ego antapodoso, kai palin krine kyrios ton laonautu. For we have known the one having said, Mine is vengeance, I shall repay. And again, Lord Yahweh shall judge his people. Hoberon to empecin is keras teu zontos. A fearful thing to fall into the hands of a living God. Anamimneis geste detas proteron hermeras en hais potis tentes pollen atlersin hypemenate patermaton. But be ye remembering the former days in which, having been enlightened ones, a great conflict ye endured of sufferings. Tuto men one dismoiste, kai tlipsesin teatrizomenoi tuto de goenonoi ton hutos anastrepomenon genercentes. On the one hand, this, both by revilings and tribulations being made a spectacle, on the other hand, this, partners of the ones having become overturned thus. Kai gartois desmiois synepatersate, kai tön hapargön ton hyparkonton hymon metakaras prosedexaste, ginoskuntes, eken heautus kretona hyparxin, kai menusan. For also with the prisoners ye sympathized, and the seizing of your possessions with joy ye received, knowing to be having for yourselves a better possession and an abiding one. Me apobalete unten parasian hymon hörtis eke megalen mistapodosian. Therefore, ye should not throw away your confidence or your boldness, which is having a great reward. Hypomones gar ekete crean, for ye are having need of endurance or hopeful perseverance. Hinato telematu teu poiesantes, commiseste den evangelion, so that, having effectuated the will of the God, ye should receive the promise. Etigar mikron hoson, ho erkomenos, herxe kai ukronise. For yet a little, a very little, a very little, the one coming shall come, and he shall not delay. Hode dikaiosmu ekpisteos zesetai. But my righteous one, out of firm faithfulness, shall live. Kai ean hyposteletai, ukeudoke herpsukemu enautoi. And if he should shrink back, my soul is not taking pleasure in him. Hermes de ukesmen hypostoleus es apolean, alla pisteos es peripoiesin psychos. But we are not being of one drawing back into destruction, but of firm faithfulness into a preserving of soul.